we're wanting to give you kind of the framework for how to get direction in your life and to do it with a way that would have integrity, that people will respect you, and that you can respect yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, you're not going to get much respect from everybody else. And so what is the Character Compass Code? Again, it's a program that is designed to help you succeed in life by teaching you these 5 important ideas. Go ahead. We're going to start off with calculate. Go ahead and do all of them. Consistency, capitalize, confidence, and end up with character. All right? And so our core lessons, is it doing it again? Okay. Go ahead and, okay, there we go. Yeah, just go ahead and go through all and go to the next slide. Go ahead. All right, and so our first C that we have here is calculate. Okay, and so it's about making a plan and setting goals that are important to you in your life. All right. Now, what I did with the 8th graders last week was I kind of added one more C before this, because yeah, it's great to make a plan for your life, but you can only make plans for stuff you're familiar with. I mean, you know, if you don't think it's possible to become a business owner, you don't think it's possible to, I don't know, become a doctor, that's never even going to be on your radar to make a plan to become that or to become successful in some certain area. So the one I didn't put in the show, the slideshow, but what I want to talk a little bit more about today is a kind of a 6th C, and that is collect. Okay, one of the main things we're wanting to do with you guys is help you collect more information about opportunities and different things that are available to you in life in general, that you can become and that you can do if you would like, such as owning your own business, those things I just talked about, or whatever might be more specific to your interests. So we're wanting to just show you guys different opportunities that you can collect information, that you can decide, yeah, maybe you want to do this, or yeah, that's interesting, or no, you know, I'm good with that. So again, if you don't know, you know, I brought an example last week. Back in the day, like back in the middle 1500s and stuff, there was, you know, knights and kings and all this stuff, all right? And so you had these villages around the castle. And in each one of those villages, there would be guys like, you would have the blacksmith that would work on the armor and the swords, and he would craft, you know, the swords and everything. Now, his son, there was like a 99% chance that his son was going to grow up and do the exact same thing as him. Or something that he was very close to in the village. You know, maybe it was a baker, or maybe it was the guy that made wheels or something like that, okay? And so these guys, they were very focused on what the opportunities were even out there, okay? Now, from time to time, there would be these guys come in, these travelers, and they would show them these other opportunities that were out there. They're like, hey, in this village over there, there's a guy that makes bows, and he's really good as an archer, and he has a whole lot, he's got this whole other avenue of opportunities that you could go and become. Or hey, you can buy and sell stuff, you can become a merchant, you can go. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to kind of get you out of the village, and not that it's a bad thing, it's just, it's all you know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, it's just we want to show you guys that, hey, there's a lot more out there than maybe what you've ever been exposed to or what you've even realized was even possible. So like I said, we're all kind of got a lot of different backgrounds. Nathan, he's got a lot of experience with different things. Like he was talking about the art. He's been into sports, not so much obviously now, but just his dad has played at a really high level and different things. So there's a lot of just experience that we can offer you and show you guys. Not that you have to be like us, but like, man, maybe that would be interesting to learn. And so the first one before calculate is collect. We're wanting to help you guys collect a little bit more information, a little bit more opportunities and possibilities that you can be much more than what you thought was even possible. And so after you've collected your information and you've seen maybe some other likes and dislikes that you didn't even know about where you're at right now, you've got to calculate and make a plan. So when you collect, you're setting your goals. Like, okay, I want to do this, I want to reach this, I want to be a doctor, I want to be, own my own business, I want to do this, that, or the other. In calculate, you can have all those goals and you can have all those, desires and those dreams, but if you don't have a plan to get there, that's what's, a goal without a plan is what's known as a dream. It's just like, yeah, man, that would be nice. That would be awesome to have my own business. That would be cool to be able to go to college, to be a doctor, or whatever it is that you're interested in becoming. But, I'm just going to keep sitting here, doing the same thing that I've always grown up thinking was possible, all right? And so we're wanting to help you make plans that you need to do every single day, every single week to see those goals become a reality. Because maybe right now where you're at, it's like, man, that is so outside the realm of what I think is even possible. We're going to show you it is very possible. And we're not just, it's not just a bunch of what they say, rah, like, oh, you can do anything you put your mind to. And you can, but you got to have a goal, and we're here to help you with some goal setting and figure out what's possible. And so after you've calculated and you've made a plan, you figured out where you want to go, you figured out how you're going to get there, now comes the work, and you've got to be consistent in your actions every day, every week, and seeing those things come about in your life, okay? And so what we're wanting to teach you is how that you can become consistent in your actions towards getting those goals and those plans that you want to see come about in your life. Because there's a lot of people, they know what they want, they know how to get there, but they're not doing the things every single day that it takes to get there, all right? And so we're wanting to give you some maybe techniques to overcome procrastination, to figure out how you can, get these things and actually start doing what it takes to become successful, to change your life, and to be the person, as we'll talk about in the very end, that you want to be, that you got to live with every single day. Because it doesn't matter what type of goals you have. It doesn't matter what you're consistent at. You still gotta look at all of us, the man in the mirror at the end of the day. You still got to go to bed and live with yourself about who you've become and who you are, all right? So we're wanting to help you become consistent, create those good habits, and work towards those goals every day. Because, we see successful people as far as money goes and different things, and whenever it comes down to it, like I told you guys, they still have to go home to the same person every day, and we're all equal at the end of the day, man. It doesn't matter what we have, it doesn't matter what we don't have. We still have to live with who we are inside, okay? So again, we're gonna talk a little bit about that at the very end. Oh, so what I was gonna say is the most successful people, success is not defined by amount of money in the bank. It's not defined by the number of cars in the garage. It's defined by whether you can live with yourself or not, man. It's defined by whether you're helping other people. I find it a success being in here talking to you guys every Friday, and all of us do, because we're trying to help you guys. We're wanting to help you become what you want to be, all right? So don't let a number, don't let an amount of things of this life, just things, make you think that you're successful or not. And if you're happy with where you're at, yes, you still want to improve, but that's what it's all about. So going on to capitalize. So as you begin to act on your goals every day, you begin to act your plan, you begin to do the things that are on your plan to become successful, you're going to start to notice other opportunities that are even available that you didn't get through collection at the very beginning. Like, yeah, you collected a whole bunch of good ideas and information, but as you begin to act and you get out into the world and you start to work and you start to see your goals come about, then you're going to notice other opportunities that would even be greater than what was initially on your plan, okay? And so we're going to teach you guys how you can take advantage of different things, different opportunities that would present themselves, and to take action to make the most of them. Because if you're sitting around not doing nothing, and these opportunities aren't going to show up, okay? And a lot of this comes down, have you ever said you've seen somebody successful and you're like, man, they're so lucky. It's like, man, that person's lucky, this person's lucky, I'm not very lucky. Well, the more that you get out there and the more that you do, one of my favorite sayings is that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, okay? So what that means is the more that you're out doing, the more that you're out just being around people, because the way that I know success isn't necessarily money, but you got to have money to live, and so the way you make money is you're giving something of value to somebody else. Nathan, he builds houses, he frames, he does remodeling and stuff. He's giving valuable skills and assets to a homeowner in exchange for their money, okay? All of business works that way. You're giving something to somebody. If you're going and working at Domino's, you're giving your labor to that employer and he's giving you money, okay? And so the more that you're out giving to other people, the more that you're out acting and doing things, acting as far as like you're taking action and doing things, the more opportunities are going to come into your life and you can take advantage of them. That's luck, okay? You think of Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. He honestly, he had the same opportunity as just about every one of us, but he took action. He was out there doing things and opportunities came to him. He was using his mind and he was going and doing things, and so these opportunities came his way and he was able to capitalize. Any one of us can do a whole lot, okay? You just got to get out there. It might not be to the extent of that, it might not be to the extent of whoever you think is successful, but you can still do a lot whenever you get out from your comfort zone and whenever you get out and you're starting doing stuff. You can capitalize on different opportunities. And so as you're capitalizing on opportunities, as you're being consistent in your actions and creating those good habits, and you've made that plan and you're seeing those plans come into your life, it's going to begin to build confidence, okay? And through that confidence, you can begin to believe in yourself, and it just compounds on all the rest of the stuff. You think, man, I'm acting every day on my habits, I'm acting every day towards my plans and my goals. It begins to build confidence that you can be somebody in life, okay? That you can be who you want to be whenever it all comes down to it. And you can face things in your life that maybe you wasn't able to in times past, and you can begin to take advantage of even more opportunities because you're not just sitting around not doing nothing. Because, and I'm not saying you're scared, but I mean, if you're unfamiliar with something, it's like, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe it's like, man, this is a scary situation. I don't know what to do. As you begin to get out and you're doing and you're capitalizing on different things, man, you'll realize that you can handle more than what you thought you did, than what you thought you could. And so through all of that, all of those things will build character if you let it. But man, if you can get that character in you first or very quickly throughout it all, it's going to help all of those others be even better, okay? And so if you can be kind, honest, dependable, as we said in the very beginning, if you can act like you're supposed to and do the things that you're supposed to when nobody's watching. I'll never forget, Nathan's paid me to help him in times past, and about every time there was something come up that the customer, maybe they would never see it, something in the remodel that we were doing. And he would talk to him later. He was like, hey, there was a situation. We went ahead and, took the extra 20 minutes to make sure it was right. He said, you might not ever know about it. You might not ever see it, but I would have to live with it every single day. And that's always stuck with me. You're going to have to live. You got to live with your decisions that you make, okay? And so the more that you do, Nathan, he'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but we've all probably heard, honesty is the best policy, because whenever you tell yourself the truth and whenever you do the truth yourself, it's something good that you can live with, okay? Because again, at the end of the day, we all got to go home to who we are. We all got to look in the mirror and realize that this is the person I've become, all right? And so it'll help you become the best version of yourself. It'll help other people want to do business with you. It'll help other people want to hire you. Man, I mean, you can have the fanciest degree in the world, but if somebody finds out you're a liar, if somebody finds out you have no character, man, ain't none of that gonna matter one bit whenever they find out who you really are. Because those things don't make you. Those degrees, even your skills, they make you to a certain extent, but who you are inside, that character, that's who you really are, okay? And so that's kind of an overview of what we're going to be teaching you and helping you. And I know this might sound like, it might sound a little boring, but we're going to make it come about in a fun way. As Matt said, we're not going to be just sitting in here. Y'all aren't going to be getting yelled at every week, or talked to, lectured every week. But we're gonna make this fun. But man, I mean, I know you're ninth grade right now, right? Ninth grade, and I know it seems like a long way off, but the sooner you can get started, man, the faster you can become exactly what you want to be, the faster you can become successful in this life. And there's a whole lot that life has to offer, and we're just wanting to get you guys jump started on the track to success. And so, go ahead, Zane. So we've got these five things: this calculate, this consistency, capitalize, confidence, and character. And all by themselves, they're all good things. But whenever you bring them all together, if you've got your hand, splayed out like this, each one of these fingers are extremely, susceptible to damage, to getting broken off, and you can't really do too much with just one of them. But whenever you bring them all together, it brings it into a fist that you can do a whole lot more, you know, with a fist than just an open palm. And so we're wanting to help bring all these things together, that you could be a greater force in your community, in your school, in your friend groups, even in your home, whatever it is that you find yourself in. We just want to help you guys just get jump started in the right direction, and be able to help you make yourself what you